get to live, and so I don't let things bother me as much, and I'm not worried about life as much. I have a job I love. At some point, I don't know if it's in the next year, 2 or 3. Justin really wants to move. We have a house on an island down in Florida, and he wants to move down there.
So are you contemplating?
I am. I'm looking. You might have seen some Facebook posts. I'm looking at some houses. I mean, it's not imminent. I probably am thinking maybe high school.
Okay.
We got middle school to get through here, but we're going to see how life unfolds. But
because middle school is up. Awkward time.
It is.
And you don't want to move.
Yeah, don't want to move middle school. I mean, and if he goes down there, I'm not a big fan of Florida schools. He will go to a private school. It won't be. I'm not going to do that. But but here, and we're blessed. And even though there's always some issues, I believe we're blessed in this area. Has some really good school system. I'm in Hanover County in Virginia. And it truly is one of the best school systems I've ever dealt with. I mean, I don't know if I can intimidate them easily or what, but they certainly have been receptive to
they
me.
meet your request. You advocate for your child.
I advocate strongly, as you do.
Yeah, as I do.
And one of the things that makes this easier is when you take an offensive position. I don't mean offensive, but offense. On offense. And you advocate for your kid, know what you want for your kid. And I've found out there is no such thing as no. Now they try no, but there's no is no.
No becomes a strong-willed parent.
And they always relent, and giving them credit, at least in my case, most times when they don't allow it to be personal, they will always do what's in the best interest of the kids. So Justin's thriving. I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. I feel very confident this is my last child. And you never know with that either. But I don't have. At one point, he has a brother that is your youngest son's age, roughly.
Okay.
And last summer we were contemplating him moving in. The problem happened when I realized, and this happens a lot. Justin was doing so well, and then when his younger brother came in, it reverted them back to their dysfunction. And Justin turned into a different kid the weekend that he was there. And it just became apparent to me that
it wasn't going to
work, and it would be great for the brother, but it was going to destroy all the progress for Justin. It got to a place where they both. I was very careful because I learned this from other kids. I bought the younger brother an iPad just like Justin, exactly like Justin. You can't have any difference. Same color. The only thing is there was a gold band around the case of his. They didn't have the plain case. Justin started crying because he had a better case, and I realized, okay, because they had to compete for food, they had to compete for attention, they had to compete for everything. So he fell back into that. I'm like, Justin, we have so much. Justin has 2 bedrooms full of stuff. I mean, it's just ridiculous. That, you're not lacking, but yet it put him back in that mindset of life. So I know that he's thriving. I know and the very good news, the younger brother has found an adoptive placement, and he's doing really well. And we have contact.
Good.
Good. And so I'm really pleased with that. But I enjoy all of this. I enjoy the structure of being a parent. I really do. I actually think that there are cases where single parents placements are better than married because the kid can't split, and they can't split the 2 people, manipulate, and that is a big thing that happens. And I mentioned to you before when I did foster care training, a lot of people think adopting or fostering a kid will somehow make their life, that'll help our marriage. No, that will ruin your marriage. The stress of that will, it would have to take a very strong marriage to do this.
Especially if you're coming in with problems. Anyway.
Exactly. And so I encourage anyone that is considering this, first of all, there is no better thing. There is no more honorable thing you can do. Especially adopting from foster care, I'll advocate for that quickly. They basically offset the child's cost very fairly. So even people say I can't afford it. Yeah, you probably can. And that piece, but in Medicaid, they keep Medicaid until they're grown, until they're 21 if they're staying in college, 18 if they don't. So they have all of that covered, which is really good. But doing it for the right reasons is important. I know making sure that it's not about you, making sure it is about the kids, that you understand you're helping somebody, you're creating a family, but it's just not loving them into this. It's going to be, they're going to have to come their way too.
Mm-hmm.
Their path is going to be their path.
Yeah.
And you might not. It might not agree with you.
Might agree with you.
Yeah. I love anybody that comes in. Well, here's my nevers. Here's what will never. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's guaranteed to happen. That's guaranteed. It'll do that. But again, I think that's with regular parents. I mean, just normal. You can't predict that. So there is no more honorable thing to do. I love my life. I love everything about it. I am so grateful that this chain of events led me to this, and I wouldn't be the person I am today without my kids.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you joining me today. When I listen to you and you talk about the progress that the boys make, with the stability of having you consistently, it just reminds me of something that I saw that says, every child is one Karen adult away from success.
Absolutely.
And you definitely put that into perspective.
I appreciate that.
You project that same, and I appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, and I do think that whether, and I've always done this in the community, or and you do this as well. It's encouraging kids as a whole. It's I work out every night, every day, and I know a bunch of kids in the gym, and I'm always try to be that guy. There's that saying, be the adult you needed as a child.
Yes.
And so when I try to think of that every day, and when I've had young people in the gym that turn into grown people all of a sudden. Don't know how that happens so quickly, and and they've come up and said, you always have been so nice and supportive. Thank you. I mean, these are grown men now that remember me from 10 years ago in the gym when we were working out together. So this goes to it's about who you are as a person. If you really want the greatest challenge of your life, this is it. This is it. But it also is strengthened. If you allow it, it will strengthen you. If you allow it, it'll defeat you. But I love the fact you're doing your podcast. We probably have doubled your time you wanted to go, but it's really it's really good to talk to you.
Tell us how others can get in contact with you.
My website is joelelston.com. My email is joelelston@gmail. That's JOEELSTON @gmail. Those are the simplest ways to get hold of it.
And they can find more information about The Bench, your book, as well.
That's on the website. I don't have a copy yet.
That's fine.
I should have a copy.
We'll get the link.
We'll get the link. Yeah. And you can get it on Amazon, and it's The Bench by Joel Elston. And it talks a lot about, it includes my time with the kids, and it's sort of a story of my life through addiction. I grew up in a very addictive family. I developed an addiction, my recovery. I happen to think that all the stuff I went through was, again, a strengthening process. I wouldn't have my life today if I didn't have the bad parts of my life.
Exactly. Well, I appreciate you, sir.
Good to see you, my friend.
I see you too. We'll have all links to Joel on berryfarmer.com. Thanks for joining us.